Do you believe wholeheartedly that Jay's your father?
I really do.
You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all his life. Take the test.
Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else.
If you got $10 million, you go, listen, young boy, I don't want the world to know nothing about this because my image, here goes some money, I'm gonna take care of you. Nobody's gonna say no.
Chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline. It's like all of this just by accident.
I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over with.
50 Cent is absolutely enjoying the chaos right now after Jay-Z got hit with a major legal twist that nobody saw coming. A judge has officially ruled that Rymir Satterthwaite's long-running paternity case can move forward, giving Jay-Z until July 18th to respond, and the internet is already exploding with reactions. But things get even messier behind the scenes, with reports claiming 50 Cent is helping cover Rymir's legal fees, while also preparing to spotlight the entire controversy in his upcoming documentary centered around Diddy and Jay-Z. With old rumors resurfacing, new accusations gaining attention, and 50 adding fuel to the fire every chance he gets, this situation is quickly turning into one of the most explosive celebrity dramas of the year.
I wasn't in the ad
Right.
because of look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50, right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
So
this.
now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M, Dre, and myself.
And this controversy goes far beyond an ordinary paternity dispute. The allegations reaching back to 1992 are what have people completely locked in, with claims surrounding Jay-Z's alleged connection to a 16-year-old, at the time now being dragged back into the spotlight. More than 3 decades later, the man claiming to be his son is now 32 years old and publicly demanding answers, accountability, and recognition. As the legal battle gains momentum and social media tears apart every new detail, the situation is turning into a full-blown public storm that could put some of the biggest names in the industry under intense scrutiny.
That she met Jay-Z and had intercourse with him. How old was she?
I would say I think she was about 16, 17, or 16, just turning 16 or 17. I know it was one of them.
And Jay-Z was what age?
I wouldn't happen to know. I think was he in his 20s?
I read 22.
Oh, yeah.
I think I read 22, but he was in his 20s.
Yes, I wouldn't happen to know his age, but 22, I'm pretty sure if they put that out there, then... I really try not to get frustrated, basically. I really try not to think about it, I go on with my life, because, anything could happen, but, I still gotta live for myself at the end of the day, I still gotta work and bring an income for me, I can't sit around, I gotta get up off my feet and do something, I can't wait on the world, like I can't say, I can't wait on anybody to want to respond when they want to. It is important that I know who my biological father is, just because, my mom's health, I don't know if it's coming from our family or it's coming from the other side, and that would be something I really would want to find out, because, in the future, you don't know what could happen. And a lot of people are so quick to judge because they see somebody coming out and try to find out if the person that, trying to find out things. They so negative to push you down, like, you know?
What's making this situation even more explosive is the growing wave of online speculation surrounding Beyoncé's alleged involvement behind the scenes, with some people claiming she has worked for years to keep the case out of the spotlight and protect Jay-Z from damaging accusations. Social media is flooded with theories suggesting the power couple used their influence to keep certain stories buried, while critics argue the timing of the renewed legal battle is finally forcing old rumors back into public view. Whether the claims hold any truth or not, the controversy has reached a level where every move, every silence, and every public appearance is now being dissected by fans and critics alike.
Beyonce thing came when a friend of mine who knew her, somebody in her camp, and she said something supposedly, this is all hearsay, about regarding saying Rymir needs to go away little boy, something to that effect. There was something out there with the song they made. And then next thing I know, somebody was at my property.
It's something crazy going on with this case. Honestly, I just want everybody in the world just to keep their eyes open and just watch things that happen, that just like how things unfold, because it's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, collusion, who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong but come in here, tell you guys the truth, put our life on the line, come to every court case and give you 100% plus of us, and basically we just got stepped over.
With 50 Cent constantly adding fuel to the fire and a judge now allowing the case to move forward, the pressure surrounding Jay-Z is reaching a level many believe could shake his entire empire. Online discussions are exploding with claims that this controversy could damage not only his reputation, but also his marriage, business legacy, and carefully built public image. At the center of it all is Rymir Carter, the man who claims Jay-Z is his biological father and says he has spent more than a decade fighting for answers. Contrary to what many people assume, his last name is not Carter, and according to his story, this battle began when he was only 19 years old. Now in his 30s, he continues to push for recognition, insisting he has evidence to support his claims after spending more than half his life trying to uncover the truth about who his father really is.
And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, this can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like, you know, it's not fair.
His mother According to the allegations surrounding the case, Rymir Carter's mother claimed she met Jay-Z while she was still underage, and after becoming pregnant, she allegedly struggled to get any acknowledgement or support from him. The story has fueled years of controversy online, with critics accusing the music mogul of avoiding the situation while his supporters continue to question the claims. But now, decades later, Rymir is no longer staying silent. Fully grown and determined to be heard, he has continued pushing the case forward despite years of legal setbacks, public scrutiny, and skepticism, making it clear that he has no intention of walking away from the fight for answers.
My mom had to sit down with me. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now, and she been saying Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling him Jay-Z, and I really didn't know who that was because I was young and, you know, had my little brother, and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really, this was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. And she continued to tell me that over the years and over the years and over the years.
Adding another dramatic layer to the controversy, Rymir Carter's godmother, Lily Colley, has claimed that Jay-Z's camp initially appeared willing to handle the situation behind closed doors. According to her account, there were even discussions about helping Rymir pursue a music career and potentially connecting him with Jay-Z's record label because of his talent and industry potential. But somewhere along the line, the tone allegedly shifted completely. New attorneys reportedly stepped in, communication became far more aggressive, and what once seemed like a possible private resolution quickly transformed into a bitter legal and public battle that has now stretched on for years.
He never tried to contact me in any type of way, and that's all I'm asking is, like, because I honestly really want the case to be over with. Like, I've been going through, just like I said, a lot, and as I said, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not trying to do this to make somebody seem like a bad person, a bad father. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why are you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over with.
Many people following the controversy believe the situation may have escalated behind the scenes because of the serious legal implications tied to the allegations. According to the claims being discussed online, if the accusations were ever proven true, the issue would go far beyond a simple paternity dispute and could raise major questions surrounding an alleged relationship involving a minor. Some critics have even pointed to accusations involving travel between Philadelphia and Brooklyn as part of the controversy, arguing that the potential legal consequences could explain why the case has been fought so aggressively for years. While none of these allegations have been proven in court, the intense public speculation and decade-long legal battle have only fueled more attention around the story and the powerful names connected to it.
Rymir Carter, Wanda's son. She had it when she was 16. It takes 40 weeks to cook a baby. That means she was 15 when she got pregnant. Age of consent in Pennsylvania is 17. Was then, is now. And she was taken across state lines from Pennsylvania to an apartment in New York. Oops.
Oh man, the detail.
That's how Rymir Carter made it into this world. Take the test, nigga. That's fine. We'll give you don't know Diddy. Take the test. You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all his life. Take the test. Do something. You've been dead beating it your whole life.
So here's why this story has captured so much attention online. A 32-year-old man continues to publicly claim that Jay-Z is his biological father, while allegations tied to his late mother and a reported signed statement have kept the controversy alive for years. Now, after more than a decade of legal disputes, a judge allowing the case to move forward has convinced many people that the situation is entering a completely new phase. Adding even more fuel to the fire are reports and speculation surrounding 50 Cent's involvement, with many believing he is helping amplify the case because of his long-running tension with Jay-Z. Whether the claims are ultimately proven or not, the combination of celebrity power, unresolved accusations, courtroom drama, and public rivalry has turned the entire situation into one of the most talked about controversies in hip-hop right now.
What makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. You know, so I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that those accusations are crazy.
Don't have no felonies. I'm not crazy or none of that. It's like, I just want the truth, and it's so hard to get it from the courts. And it seems like Jay-Z don't want to say anything. So, you know, I don't want to see him go down for something that you could have just got taken care of. That's it.
Nobody's talking about the fact that he is currently suing his first biological son to quiet him and put a gag order on him. Why would he be doing that? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that Rymir's mother was a minor when she conceived Rymir with Mr. Carter, who was a grown adult. family man is that? You don't want anyone to know, you or your wife, don't want anyone to know who your actual biological children are because most of them were created with minors while you were an adult. He's been in court with this young man for the past decade fighting taking a DNA test. If he's not your kid, take the DNA test. Simple. The young man is not your son. Why have you spent so much money trying not to take a DNA test? Take the DNA test if he ain't your kid. You such a proud family man. While you fight back the truth about your firstborn biological son, because you don't want nobody to know that his mama was barely 15 when you made her a mother and you were a grown man. I'm here.
Yeah.
Him and Blue Ivy got the same mouth.
This situation is becoming more explosive by the day, and many people believe the timing could not be worse for Jay-Z. With the intense scrutiny surrounding Diddy and the growing spotlight on powerful figures within the hip-hop industry, fans and critics alike are now re-examining old rumors, past relationships, and unresolved controversies with a much more critical eye. Social media has been flooded with speculation connecting different industry stories together, and some online discussions are even suggesting that details emerging from investigations tied to Diddy could potentially cast new attention on Jay-Z as well. While no direct connection has been officially confirmed, the wave of rumors, legal drama, and public suspicion has created an atmosphere where every headline is fueling even more controversy around some of the biggest names in music.
The new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
To us, black excellence.
that had to be there.
We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch.
Oh,
Like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you is this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
What was interesting was that Jay-Z's camp basically put out a statement saying that Jay and Puff are not friends and they're not close at all or whatever else. Did you see the two of them interact a lot?
I seen them interact, but I wouldn't say they was close. I believe Puff felt they was close.
Oh.
But if you was a person on the outside looking in, like me and Uncle Paulie used to always talk about it, me and D-Rock used to talk about, yo, why Puff kind of like sucking Jay off so much? You know what I'm saying? Because you'd be like, we done flew to 5 or 6, 7 different concerts that Jay-Z has. But Jay-Z is not at one of Puff's shows. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Rock brunch where Puff will break his neck to get to the brunch, but Jay-Z don't pop up at any of Puff parties. You know, now I can only speak up until 2012. You know what I'm saying? And Puff was breaking his neck. Like, at the end of the day, in our mind, we say, yo, he ain't even invite Puff to his wedding. When he married Beyoncé, Steve Stout and all of them was there. You know what I'm saying? And Puff was kind of in his feelings, but once again.
Oh, Puff was upset he didn't get invited to the wedding?
Of course he was. Oh. You know what I'm saying? But you got to remember, we're security, so we're bottom on a tote pole. So he's not going to show you that it really affects him until you have a little conversation with him, or you say something, or you overhear something. But he didn't get invited to that, you know. Yeah, Jay came through every once in a while. Like if we was in a yacht in San Tropez or one of these places like that, Jay might ride up, you know what I'm saying? And it's more or less to show, yeah, I got a yacht too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm out here too. More or less than we're tight friends. I look at it as two people that's getting money because they did have some businesses together and we did have to go to some meetings together, and it was like, this is how far it goes, but we're not friends. You know what I'm saying? Like people ask me that all the time. I'm like, Jay ain't really with Puff. It was no personal into it. It would be like if Ron Burgos is flying from LA on his jet, but Jay-Z just so happens to be going to New York too. We all end up on the jet.
The atmosphere surrounding celebrity scandals has clearly shifted, and many people feel that stories once dismissed or ignored are now receiving far more public attention and scrutiny than ever before. Across social media and the entertainment world, there is a growing belief that influential figures can no longer rely on fame, money, or power to keep controversies out of the spotlight indefinitely. That changing mindset is a major reason why renewed allegations and long-running legal disputes connected to Jay-Z are suddenly generating intense discussion again, with many arguing that today's culture is far more willing to revisit uncomfortable claims and demand accountability from some of the biggest names in the industry.
I work every day. I also have my own kids to take care of. So it's like, it's been a journey for me, and it's just like, you know, I just got so much on my name right now. I never ask for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming at the Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I work for everything. Next is I'm just trying to basically make sure no other kids or nobody else in the world has to go through this. Basically, don't feel afraid to go to court and see if a person is your biological parents. You know, so many people are scared, and this is a big thing in the world. A lot of people don't have their fathers because they scared to go out and search for them, and sometimes it only take a little search. You know, go search, and if it's wrong, we're adults. Well, most of us adults, even for the teenagers, this being a role model for them, showing you can go in the courtroom, and if you're doing everything correctly, you should be able to just get treated as equal as the other person. You know, I've always been a person that I never hate anyone. I don't walk around with hate for a person. So I try to teach my kids that just be the best that you can be. So that's just a motto I go off. I would never hate Jay-Z. You know, it was never that type thing. You know, I respect him for everything he did. And as I said, I've been going through a whole lot through these years because this case, like me and my mom, my godmom, we didn't seen the worst. We didn't have people, you know, slander my name like you want Jay-Z money, and I hear it all. I'm going to fight until I'm not here no more, and it's never going to be against no one. Like, you know, I'm going to continue to fight. It'll take another 10 years, maybe another 50. Maybe I'll take this to the grave with me, but everybody can say I fought this.
Yeah.
He's come out and said, like, you know, this is just long-term harassment, man. He's like, this thing is just won't go away.
Long-term harassment. You know how disrespectful that is to a man that looks almost identical to you?
Yeah, that's a child. That's very disrespectful. I mean,
to a man that chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline, same straight knobby knees. It's like all of this just by accident. Just by accident. It's just a coincidence that this man looks like he could be your Irish twin. Are you kidding me?
The origins of this long-running controversy trace back to the early days of Jay-Z's career in 1992, when he was still an emerging figure in the music industry. According to claims made by Rymir Carter's mother, Wanda, she allegedly met Jay-Z after he picked her up in Philadelphia and brought her to his aunt's apartment in Brooklyn. The account further alleges that he visited her once more about 2 weeks later before abruptly cutting off contact and disappearing from her life entirely. These claims, which have circulated for years through court filings and public statements, remain at the center of the ongoing dispute that continues to draw attention today.
I'll tell you what I do know. I do know that I have listened to actual commentary from his godmother, Lily, who sat with a friend of mine, Liz Crokin. I was there, I was present. I heard it come out of her mouth. Wanda was a minor. A minor when she got pregnant with Rymir. And like Wanda always said, he picked her up in Philly, but he took her to New York across state lines to bed her while she was allegedly underage. Even though Lily was present when Rymir was born.
According to claims attributed to Dr. Lily Cole, additional details surrounding Wanda's account paint a more complex and controversial picture of how the situation allegedly unfolded. It is said that she met Jay-Z during a period when he was reportedly using the street name Rock in a neighborhood associated with drug activity at the time. The account further alleges that Jay-Z was involved in dealing drugs in that area when their paths crossed. As the story goes, when Wanda later discovered she was pregnant, she struggled to maintain any contact with him, leaving her without a clear way to reach out. In response to that situation, she reportedly listed her then-boyfriend, Robert Graves, on the birth certificate as the child's father, a decision that has since become part of the broader narrative fueling this long-running dispute.
She was very clear on the fact that Wanda was a minor when she was pregnant with Rymir, who was born a year before my son Giovanni. He came 92. That means she got knocked up in 91. He was well into his 20s by that time. Well into his 20s. Allegedly taking teenage girls over state line. He got unlucky, that condom broke. Poor guy. Or maybe that was just karma. Maybe God made sure that happened for a moment like right now. Disgusting. Don't nobody want to talk about the other kids that everybody denies don't exist. And what? You know, to be a billionaire that can't get a loan is one thing. But to be a broke billionaire and a deadbeat dad, that's something different.
Yeah. You know, even Solange's son, the Daniel kid, he says he doesn't have a great relationship with Beyonce, Jay-Z. I don't. What do you feel someone coming out saying, "Hey, Jay-Z's my father"? What does that person want from a hoe if he's saying he does not
To
care? You
prove
think
that his mother wasn't a liar, because that's what they said his entire life while she was alive. Denying him makes her a liar. That woman was on the phone with the judge who was harassing her, telling her, demanding that she stop filing for paternity when she gave way and died. His mama died on the phone. Trying to get proper acknowledgement to him. If your mama died like that, would you just sit around and let people keep calling her a liar?
But my thing is this, Black, this how easy it is. First of all, kids come before everything.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're going to have problems with your kids sometimes, but if you got $1 billion, if you got $10 million, we go, listen, young boy, I don't want the world to know nothing about this because my image, here goes some money, I'm going to take care of you. Nobody's going to say no. And you my son, I love you. I'm going to give you money. I just don't want nobody to know about this. It's easy to manage. The fact,
yeah, but that starts with extortion. That's the first step of extortion.
No, but
once you give someone some money, you are now an ATM.
So you saying someone, no, your son. Like there's a difference between someone and your son that you made. Right or wrong?
Still a stranger though. You don't know.
It don't matter, but if you made him, he's a stranger because of you.
Yeah.
He's a stranger because of you if he's a stranger. You know what I mean? So my thing is, if you my son, my thing is, I think a son is something all men want, a son.
Yeah.
If once you have a son, you don't care. Even if he was 40 and you just met him, he's your son. You be like, yo, especially if you got the means to just do whatever you want. That's the thing I think a regular person like me don't understand.
The timeline surrounding this dispute took another turn in 2011 when Robert Graves reportedly underwent a DNA test and was officially removed from the birth certificate after it was determined he was not the biological father. With that development, attention shifted back to the unresolved questions raised by Wanda's account and the limited relationships she claimed during that period. It was around this point that Rymir Satterthwaite chose to pursue legal action himself, formally filing his case against Jay-Z in 2010 in an attempt to get answers through the courts. However, the legal process quickly became drawn out, marked by repeated delays, jurisdictional disputes, and multiple attempts to have the case dismissed or refiled. Rymir has publicly alleged misconduct and obstruction from Jay-Z's legal team, while critics and observers point to the case's complex procedural history as part of why it has stretched on for so long. One notable legal argument raised involved whether Jay-Z could be compelled to take a DNA test in New Jersey based on property ownership, a claim that was itself later challenged with opposing evidence. Through years of filings, motions, and courtroom back and forth, the case has remained unresolved, continuing to fuel debate and speculation on all sides.
All the fraud on the court, if we just let that, just pass and not say anything about it, they will continue to do anything they want. It's not just with us, it's with people in the world. Like, a lot of fraud and a lot of collusion that's just been going on and just been looked over was never supposed to happen. Like, and I will not let that pass. I'm not letting the lawyers get away with that. They will not go in the courtroom of justice and just lie like that and continue to get praised off it, or use this lie to benefit off all these years. Like, we've been going to court, putting our hard-earned money out there, and we going in there to fight fraud. That's just that's craziness. That's really craziness. And I don't think nobody in the world should have to go through that. You going in there, you paying your hard-earned money. You got these lawyers that just frauding and pitting anything they want basically in the courtroom, and the judges is just allowing this to go on. I honestly believe that both of them should be hold it responsible for this, because you guys, this is you guys' job, and if the judge can't see this or overlook it, I can understand a mistake, but just throughout the years, to continue to overlook fraud it's just craziness to me. Like, come on, it's right there in your face. If you can't see that, then I don't know what else we can do.
At this point, the situation has escalated far beyond online chatter, with 50 Cent no longer just commenting from the sidelines, but being widely alleged to be financially backing the narrative around the case. With a judge allowing the matter to proceed and Rymir Satterthwaite continuing to push forward without backing down, attention has intensified on what comes next for Jay-Z as legal deadlines approach. The July 18th response date has become a focal point of public discussion, with speculation growing about whether this will finally lead to a DNA test or some form of resolution, or whether the case will continue to be contested through legal channels. As the story develops, the entire hip-hop world is watching closely to see how this high-profile dispute ultimately unfolds.